Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and I'm going to do a special episode right now of how do I grade and assess so that when I get to an estate sale, like I know exactly what I'm going in to get. Because I'm finding that the more I'm doing this is the more prep work you can do gives you the most effectiveness of being successful and getting the goods and being that one walking out the door with those items that are of, either desirability that you want to have for yourself or high return values in the reselling world. So I particularly have an estate sale coming up tomorrow that I've had to go do, and it's fresh in my mind, all of the prep work for this estate sale. There is 950-ish photos online. This estate sale is huge. I'm telling you, it's huge. There is a lot of different types of collectibles in there, between military, vintage toys, coins, clothing, but mine is the Christmas, the holiday. So I've already made it a point. I've called the people at the estate sale company trying to ascertain where some of these items are going to be in the house. So that was already part of my research that was done. The address went up this morning. I've already looked at the house because I'm trying to get an idea like where in the house, what the house layout is, so that I can get directly in. So these are things I'm telling you about how to be very effective in planning to attend the estate sale. But now I'm talking like you've determined, I did one episode on determining like what sale you want to be first, like where you want to go first. But now I'm saying like you've made that assessment, you've done your prep work, and I'm going to tell you, like, the first step I do is I go through those images and I start writing. I have a like 5x7 size, like little legal pad type of thing. And I just start going from the first photo all the way to the bottom. And I just start making like a note of what that item is. And I save the picture to do the reverse Google searches. And I just write those items down as I'm doing it so that I can say, like, these were the things that caught my eye. Then I do my Google reverse image search and I start trying to determine what is the practical resale value of these things. If obviously if you're looking to buy these for your own collection, I am not talking to you in this. I'm sorry, this is probably not going to be the channel or the episode for you. That completely is different, because what you're willing to pay to keep it for yourself is such a different thing than if you're doing it for the resale value. I'm talking about resale value. So I start writing down like practicality, like what is it I think I can sell something for? And, I start, as I'm going through it, I'll start taking a note. And like in this particular sale for tomorrow, there was some glassware and some like Tupperware and things. And I realized like the values of those were around $25 to $30, which is just, to me, an average sale, like, bread and butter, everyday sale. So that to me is okay. Then there was a ton of blow molds that is at this sale. And I started like assessing them into 3 categories, which is, there was these large, they have every size, shape, color, holiday. They have so many of them. So I kind of looked, and the Halloween was one group. There was small Christmas and large Christmas. And when I contacted the gentleman yesterday to kind of get an idea like where these different things will be in the house, I was told that let me back up. When I did my research for the house, it looks to be about one of those like 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath ranchers. It looks like there's a detached shed in the backyard that's probably a good 100 yards or more from the home. And they had what should have probably been a 1-car garage that looks to be like with a bay window in it. They converted it to like another living room or something. And I don't know where and how they were able to fit this much stuff in this house. I'm telling you, there is so much stuff. So I asked him, because there's stamps, there's military stuff, there's toys, there's my Christmas, there's all kinds of clothing, and there's just Hot Wheels. And so there's going to be so many different people. These people aren't new to it. I'm sure I knew kind of they were probably going to group stuff up. And he told me that the Halloween is in that shed, which is, like I said, quite a distance from the house. I already kind of, in my mind, was kind of writing that off. Unless you were going to give me some huge return on stuff, I'd have to be in a sprint almost to get to that first. The Christmas, and I blocked it out in my head, the large Christmas was somewhere else. And then the smaller Christmas blow molds are with the rest of the Christmas that I was finding. And like I said, I do need to call him back today, and I'll get into a reason for why when I get further into this episode. So I already know that he said the smaller ones were about $20. The larger ones were being priced around $50. And I started doing, like I said, the practicality of if I resell this stuff. And I'm already kind of grading the kitchenware to be like a C. And I'm talking about like a report card, A, B, C, D, F. They went kind of in the C category because they're kind of desirable, but there was only like maybe half a dozen things. The glassware is going to be problematic for shipping. And like I said, for me to get into the kitchen first and grab those items wasn't like a huge return. There was some things I noted that were like wood carvings that were like nautical and wildlife, like around the marshes and stuff in the oceans and the beaches, like the sandpiper birds and stuff. But I put them like a D because honestly, they're interesting and all, but I don't know that category. I don't know if there's like a certain artist that I'd be looking for, and I don't know how quickly that turnover on that would be. So they've been downgraded to almost to the point like I'm not even going to really be paying attention. If they jump out and bite me when I'm there, you know, and say, hey, I'm $1, maybe, but I don't really think I'm going to be looking for that now. Like I said, the blow molds that are Halloween are probably going to be about a C for me, because I think the distance is going to be kind of too far. There are some smaller ones that are selling around $30, $25, $30, if I remember correctly. If they're with the Christmas, I'll probably take a look at those, but I think from what he's telling me, they're going to be graded at $20 a piece. So 20 to make 30, it's only $10. I don't know. Again, I'm really going to be paying attention to that. And some of the things I'm paying attention to, how much blood, sweat, and tears has to go into this to get to the end sale where I get paid. And a lot of these blow molds are going to be very large for spacing, to get home, to try to, you know, finagle into the car, get them out of the car. Where am I storing them? Shipping them is going to be volume, so I'm going to be paying a large shipping fee on that. Do I want to be harassed by the buyers asking why I'm charging so much for shipping? Or do I then get into a Facebook marketplace where I got to go meet somebody or have them come to my house? So there's a lot of just problematic stuff. So yeah, there's one that's in the Christmas section that's a Mrs. Claus that's selling for about $3.50. Very good turnover if he's selling her for $50. She's being graded like a B. There's there's like 2 Halloween ones that are selling for about $200, maybe. Again, I think that's going to be a secondary thing, so I'm going to put that blow molds at large as a C. If they're conveniently located, the Christmas ones near the rest of the Christmas, I may snap up like Mrs. Claus, so I'm going to make her like a B. So I will go in and grade specific ones and make notes in my head of which are the most desirable ones. There is 2. There's a Nativity one and the Santa one that I know are very desirable. I think the Nativity sells for like $1,000, but it is huge. Like I would only be buying that and filling out my whole car. So I don't see them at all. Those ones are being moved down to like the D, F category, just based on their size, even though the value in dollars may be there. Then it leaves me with the smalls, as I would consider it, in the Christmas realm. And I had to start doing some grading within them, because there was like one Santa, and I called him like a creeper. He's like on the wall, but he's very vintage. I only found one listing, and that was on WorthPoint. That was the only place I found it, and I don't have a subscription for that, so I can't see what his resale value was. He's going to kind of be in that B category for me, because I got to see like what the pricing for him is going to be. There's not, like I said, I don't know yet without going to some of these Facebook groups and start posting it. And I don't really kind of want to do that because I don't want to draw attention to it. That's the drawback. So if I do get there and he's priced, in my head, I'm thinking about $20, I'll probably scoop him up. But if I get there and he's like 100, probably not. So he's at a B category for me. There's 2 Christmas figural sets that spell out Noel. Those sell for $50. I know they sell well, but it's going to be a pricing kind of thing. So they're in like the B category. The thing that is an A for me, like it is the number one thing, are these paper like ephemera type of things. If you think back, at least when I was in school, they had those like die cut, like different holiday things. The teachers would put like on bulletin boards or their door when you got there. And these are like, it would be like Santa where he had like the brads in the arms to like move his arms and stuff. And this was like, I guess you were supposed to cut it out and like put it together yourself. And those are quite desirable. I'm guessing because they were paper and they got, you know, they weren't as preserved through all the years. Those are quite desirable. So I do need to call them back today because I do want to find out again where they are specifically in the Christmas area. And I kind of remember asked again to make a mental note now that I've seen the house, like where are the larger Christmas blow molds? Because again, I plan to hit the Christmas section, find those paper items. They are an A+ in my mind. They are the number one because they're going to be easy to store, easy to ship, easy to pick up and pay for in the sale. There's a huge upside in the price. I got to see obviously what they're charging for it, but the pricing on the resale side is very desirable and selling very quickly, especially when you price them correctly. And we're coming into the Christmas season right now. So those I see being very, very desirable. They are the A+. There is a lot of other Christmas ceramics in there. Again, pricing is going to make what my purchasing is. And that's where my list comes into it, because now that I've written this list out and I've already said, like, I've done the research and here's what they're selling for, and they're selling for a range of, like, say $30 to $50. If I get there and they want $25 for it, I'm not going to be able to argue with my own self that those are, you know, like trying to justify it in my head and price those higher per se. So it gives me an idea, because if it's in a range of 20, let's say, you know, $30 to $50 and we want 25, if I turn it over and it's got a repair already, that's at the low end. I already know that. So that, you know, like I said, these are things that I'm not going to sit there on my phone and try and look things up. There are some things I'm going to have to just roll with, and that's why they're going to kind of be in that C category for me. There's some things that are the harder plastic from back in that day. I'm thinking in my head, there's a box, like the small box you get, like you used to get like a 12-pack, or I'm sorry, a case of like soda or something in. And now my cat litter comes in, or my cat foods come in them. But they're the smaller one, and it's got probably 12 or 18 of these hard plastic reindeer in it. I can't really determine the price of that. So depending on price, I'm going to get there. I'm going to have to kind of roll with that one. I can tell you there is a pair of lantern blow molds that I really want for myself. So I do need to make sure I know where the Christmas blow molds are, because those are kind of going to really, it's really going to tear me, because I want to go get the resale stuff. I want to get them for myself as well. I want to put the plan in place. So this is where grading the stuff, but also doing the planning is going to help, because if they're located somewhere near and I could just pull the sticker, because that's how this sale works. You just take the price stickers off. If I can get over there, grab the price stickers off those two things that I desirably want, I'm going to grab the items that is my number one thing, which is these paper, grab the price sticker off, and then come back in and start assessing the smaller, like I said, these ceramic pieces and stuff like that. So I hope this gives you some direction as to how to plan inside the sale. Again, I'm finding that a lot of these people holding these estate sale companies are not they don't want to get into like the can I buy it earlier or what is the pricing, but they will give you, they're more than happy to seem to give you an idea like where in the house these items are listed. I just prefer to call ahead of time because I don't want to tip my hand at the sale and start asking in front of other people, especially if I find out that those people in front of me and now they wanted it, that's going to be the first thing that they grab. So I don't like to tip my hand on what I'm looking to buy. People ask me, what are you interested in? And I just tell them like, I'm here because I look for some stuff for myself. I'm not lying. And, just go in there and be very tactical, be very targeted in how what sequential of items you want to buy so that you're not getting sidetracked and like, oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, this was over here. Oh, hold on. So I hope this helps you. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you got some good information out of this. I would really appreciate any comments. Like, what else are you doing in your preparation to get ready to, go into these sales and make sure that you've got everything. Part of the other thing I try to make an idea of is if I'm going in, like I said, I'm already planning out too is where and how I'm grabbing these items, because the paper items I can have a bag with me and put them right in the paper bag, but the blow molds I can't. I already in my mind am saying to myself, Kristen, you're just pulling the tag off. So try to go through not just what it is, but how you're getting it. Are you picking it up and having to put it in a bag? Look at those pictures to see like that those deer are in a box. So I just know I have to pick the box up to take it with me. Okay, so I would appreciate also if you do me one last favor, and that is subscribe down below. It helps me by growing this channel. It lets YouTube know that you've appreciated the video and they will show it to other people, because I want to help as many people in this community. I feel it's a great community and I love it. It's just a passion of mine. But it also helps you because it'll put my future videos in your feeds when I get them uploaded. So I'm going to say bye for now, and don't forget to check out the video. I will be doing a separate video on what my shopping experience is at this sale. And I'm telling you, it's going to be huge looking at these pictures. So I'll say bye for now and catch you in that video.